All right, George. So the reason why I picked cute animals was because I saw clips of this movie, and it made me go, I need to rewatch this movie. I need this movie to achieve redemption because I hated this movie the first time I watched it. I don't hate it anymore. I don't
Hate
love
is
it.
such a strong
I don't
word.
love it. I still think it's bad, but that's Penguins of Madagascar.
Attention, this is your captain speaking.
You know the Penguins of Madagascar, but what you don't know is they've been leading a double life as secret agents. Their untold story began as four brothers.
Are you my family? You don't have a family and we're all going to die. What?
What's the matter with you, Kowalski?
Who grew up to become masters of disguise, espionage, and aerial assault.
Follow me, boys! We're going in hot. No one likes to show off, Private.
Now, when it comes to stopping a madman,
I have the power to destroy you.
they'll have some competition.
What the heck is going on?
Remain calm, Penguins. You are now under the protection of the North Wind.
Now, here's the deal with Penguins of Madagascar, Jordan. The reason why I hated this movie so much the first time I saw it was I was expecting an origin story of the penguins explaining how they went back to the zoo. I was explaining there to be some sort of connective tissue to explain the continuity between the show and the movies, and it just didn't. And
Yeah.
there's a bunch of other additional details in this that I'm going to get to. That
You
drive
were
me
expecting
fucking
too much.
crazy. But here's what I will say.
Before-
the research. Hold on. Okay. So when I was doing my research for this movie, I discovered there exists an explanation for the continuity of Penguins of Madagascar, Jordan. I finally found it. I finally found the answer, and it's an answer. And my number one thing is, as long as there's an answer, I don't care if it's a good one. And the answer is, Jordan, that Penguins of Madagascar, the show, came out before before Madagascar 2 came out. And they didn't know the ending of Madagascar 2. So far as the creators of that show are concerned, it takes place in an alternate universe.
Okay. All right. Okay. I can live with that.
Right? I can live with that. I can live with that explanation, and it will allow me to no longer be critical of a franchise
Of that particular angle of the franchise.
that I otherwise feel nothing for. I think these movies are bad. I don't understand why people like them. I don't think a single one of them is good. I think the most they can hope to achieve is being all right. I remember the third one being awful. This is terrible. But okay. It's a frustrating movie because it has the potential to be good. Like, there's a lot of jokes that are funny. Like, there's a funny bit where I don't remember exactly what they said, but there's a speech, and just out of nowhere a cricket plays, and it goes, no, does the cricket noise, and it cuts and it's an actual cricket, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry. Wait. I live this way.
I'm so sorry. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna this way. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this way. And so then at the end, when there's the big climax and the bad guy's doing his big attack, one of the bad guys goes for the cricket, and the cricket's like, "Is it because I chirped earlier?" As he gets crushed to death. That's funny. Or one of the characters is a wolf played by Benedict Cumberbatch who can't pronounce the word penguin.
Like penguins.
Really?
Because Benedict Cumberbatch
Because he can't
pronounced the word
pronounce.
penguin.
Ask Benedict to say the word penguin. What is this about?
Well, apparently I got it wrong repeatedly in a documentary. It wasn't a documentary about said animal. It was a documentary about, I think, about the South Pacific in general. And now I'm completely terrified of the word. I don't go near it.
Well, no, because I know, here's the thing. I thought, I'm
Yeah.
sure they're making it up, but we actually looked
You've got
at
it?
this documentary.
Oh, good.
So the documentary is called...
Good.
The documentary is called Strange Islands. The first one you sort of get away with, and then after that you lose all sense of what we're watching. Let's have a look. Listen carefully.
And the last thing you might expect to see here is penguins. These are Fiordland crested penguins, named after this corner of South New Zealand. So why are these woodlands so attractive to penguins? A freshwater stream through the forest makes a handy highway for a parent penguin heading home from a fishing trip.
So he constantly calls them penguins. Penguins.
Penguins.
And I'm positive, I tried to look this up, I'm positive it's the only reason he's in this movie. Because he can't say penguins. And it's legitimately funny. Like, it's so... But this movie is so frustrating because it wants to do an origin for the penguins, but it doesn't do anything. Or so, like, it shows them as kids, but they've already met, so it doesn't do anything to establish these characters, to do anything from an origin standpoint to introduce them. They're just already a thing, and then it cuts, and the bulk of the movie takes place after the third Madagascar movie. Basically, it starts, and they've been playing the version of I Like to Move It from the third movie, and they're sick to death of it, and they're like, I hate that song, we need to get out of here right now. It's like, the one benefit to buying a circus is you can launch yourself out of a cannon. They launch themselves out of a cannon. And the thing that makes the penguins frustrating is that they're hyper competent, but the movie wants you to think that they're idiots. So, like, the characterization of Skipper, the main penguin, is that of, in terms of his vocal timbre and, like, his characterization, he's more akin to, like, a Zap Brannigan. Like, he's that kind of blowhard character, but he's an incredibly effective leader and tactician, and they succeed at their missions all the time and are really good at them and are hyper competent. But, like, the movie wants to introduce the wolf, the Arctic Brigade or whatever. There's a wolf, there's a owl, and then there's a polar bear as the competent versions of the penguins, but they're not as competent as the penguins. So the bits where they're like, oh, the penguins are a bunch of goofballs, don't work. Like, all the emotional beats of it don't work. Or there's a bit at the end where, like, everyone's cheering for the one penguin as though that's been a character arc he's had the whole movie, but he hasn't. Like, all these
just
characters have unearned character arcs that none of them are, like, established or developed in any way.
Just from the way you're describing it, it sounds to me like they want to treat the penguins, especially the leader of the penguins, as if he's more akin to what they set King Julian up to be, a bumbling idiot.
Yes, but
when he's not.
But
he's
they're
not.
They're not a bumbling. Like, and it's like, it ends up as this sort of spy movie of them versus this hyper intelligent octopus who hates penguins because every time he got transferred to a new zoo, a penguin would show up and steal his thunder and make everyone think that they're cute when he's not. So he has a human disguise where he disguises himself, and all of his,
like, if they had done it where, like, throughout the first three movies they had set up the penguins to be where, like, they succeeded but, like, accidentally, or like they didn't understand what they were doing, then it would work. But they know exactly what they're doing and they understand things.
But, like, yeah, if you're gonna do a solo, like, yeah, I would be much more interested in a movie about, like, how did the penguins get to the zoo? How did they develop like, the plan to escape? Like, the first movie implies that they've lived in the zoo their whole life, so you've now added this extra bit where they haven't lived in the zoo their whole life. So, like, yeah, that would have been then this octopus who has a bunch of henchmen who are all named after celebrity puns, every single one, and none of them are funny. And they're the kind of references that, like, so, like, one of them is like, he's like, Hugh, Jack, man the battle stations. That's the joke. That's the joke. Or he's like Nicholas, cage them. And you're like, who is this? I'm an adult. I don't. So you said a celebrity name.
The kids that are watching this aren't going to get the reference, and the adults don't think it's funny. The adults are rolling their eyes,
right? Because it's not really funny. It's like that. Yeah, okay. You've said Nicolas Cage's name. That's the joke. Like, I'm gonna see if I can put in a montage of him doing it. But, like, there's way more examples, and they're progressively less and less funny.
They like because like the 7-year-old or 8-year-old kid that's watching this and finding this entertaining is not gonna know who Nicolas Cage is.
No, and there's so many of those jokes. Like I can't remember all of them because I watched way too much shit. But there's a bunch of them. Or there's one they do early on in the movie where the penguins are being chased, and it's something Italian, but it's the same kind of joke where he's like, "Look, it's this thing," and you're like, "Yeah, okay, you've said it. You've said a thing. You've said a celebrity name. That's not a joke." Like,
Nicolas Cage them. Elijah, would you please take them away? Drew, Barry, more power. In fact, Robin, write this down. Charlize, they're on the ray. Helen, hunt them down. William, hurt them. Hallie, bury them. Hugh, Jack, man the battle stations. Kevin, bake on. We're still gonna need that victory cake.
that's
Yeah.
not really funny or clever, or like it's not a pun. Like, it's not like you're saying a pun about penguins. It's you're just saying a celebrity name as though it's a pun, and it's not a pun. Like, it's certainly not a funny pun. And yeah, there's so many moments in this where I wanted to like this. I did. And I'm like, it's such a frustrating movie because it could have been a better movie with just a few. It's one of those ones with just a few tweaks where this could be an interesting movie within the frame. Because again, the Penguins have some funny jokes that I can't remember all of them, but they have some legit like funny jokes. We're like, oh no, okay, no, this is funny. And then like it's funny and it's clever and this is a decently set up and well executed joke. And then the octopus is like, Nicolas Cage them, and you're like, this is like what's his face? The octopus is played by what's his face? Oh.
Like, it would have been the joke maybe would have been funny if the octopus. The joke would maybe be funny if the octopus was at least played by Nicolas Cage.
Right. Well, he's played by John Malkovich, and to his credit, he's having a blast. He is, the character himself is super funny. Like, he's got a lot of cutting one-liners that are genuinely very funny.
Right, but I'm saying like the joke would be somewhat funny if each of the persons that he says the joke to, like Nicolas Cage him, that character is played by Nicolas Cage. Whatever, another one is played by that actor.
Even then,
it'd still be lazy, but at least it would be like, get it, because he's played by that actor.
It's one of those like really really arrogant jokes that thinks it's funny, and it's like it isn't. I don't think it's funny.
Yeah, it's lazy.
Yeah. But anyway, I hated this less than I did the first time, which, maybe the next time I might actually like this.
You just need to have 2 or 3 shots beforehand.
I just gotta watch it 2 or 3 more times, Jordan, and then.
And they'll wear you down. They'll wear you down. So, okay.
Hey there, everybody. It's NCAR Justin here. I'm sure you all actually watched the video, saw that I said nice things about this movie, and didn't just run to the comments to leave an angry comment. But let me know what you're thinking down in the comments down below. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see the full podcast that this video is from, our cute furry animals episode, click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, you can click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave this video a like. That helps us out as well. We will see you all in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.